All right, we have Memphis coach Hardaway, junior Lester Quinones, senior DeAndre Williams, and freshman Jalen Duren. We will open up with coach's statement first, and then we'll go out to our crowd. For those of you that are on the Zoom, if you can raise your hand, please, we will go to you guys one at a time individually. Coach, the floor is yours.
Yeah, first of all, very hard game. The first game of the tournament is always the hardest. It's just, you don't know what to expect. You've been waiting on this game. You played each other at least once. In this case, we played them 2 times, and they beat us at their place, and we beat them at our place, and we knew that they were going to be ready. It was a little shocking to me how we started. We started off on fire and got the lead out, and then all of a sudden the momentum shifted, and then they got on fire. But at the end of the day, I was telling the guys that it's March Madness, and that's what happens in these type of tournaments. And you just have to stay the course and stay together, and, they did that and then brought the win home.
All right, we go to questions in the room. If you don't mind raising your hand, we'll bring the microphone over to you first.
Penny, in that second half, I think it was 46-42. Dre gets the steal, Alo hits the 3, then gets steals the inbound, and Lester hits another 3. Was that kind of just like the game defining sequence to you?
Yeah, absolutely. That sequence was what Memphis basketball is all about. I think earlier in the season, I don't know if that play happens. Honestly, on this stretch, those plays are happening because our hearts are in the right place, our minds are in the right place, and we're playing from one another. But both unbelievable plays, his 3 and the steal for the next 3. And that was definitely a momentum shift for us to go back in the right direction.
Jalen, you finished with 21 points, 20 rebounds, first conference game as a freshman. You set a new conference record with 21 rebounds. How does that feel as your first game in the conference tournament?
I'm very happy to get the win and move on to the next game.
I need to hear that answer. What was your reaction to Jalen's performance tonight?
Well, he's been saying he was going to do that, and that's just his greatness. He's a guy that he wants to do whatever it takes to win, and I can tell when he's locked in. He was really locked in because, he wants to get to that. All of these guys do, but JD reclassing up and coming into the team and then is not going as well early. He could have folded and said, I'm just not going to go as hard, but he's gotten better and better every week. So getting 21 rebounds and 20 points to me is just saying he's just getting better every game. So that just shows to his greatness.
Hey, Lester, career high, 22 points tonight. Was there something in the game plan that you exploited tonight, or was it just you had the hot hand and teammates were finding you? What was?
I mean, yeah, it kind of really wasn't no game plan. It was kind of just my teammates finding me, and it was huge with Alo having 7 assists. I feel like he did a good job tonight, really controlling the game and really just facilitating and just being that veteran guard that we needed. And yeah, like you said, it's just my teammates just finding me, and I was just hot today.
Hey, Coach, other than the first couple minutes of the second half, you did well on turnovers. I think you had like 2 or 3 in like a 45-second spread, and you dominated the boards. Is this the recipe for trying to advance to the championship game?
Well, yeah, you got to be able to, handle the ball and not turn the ball over. Obviously, when we're winning and doing well, the ball is in Alo's hands, and he's orchestrating everything, and the guys are being the receivers of that. We start getting wild. It's everybody touching the ball, everybody trying to do too much, and then we give teams opportunities to get out on fast breaks. But yeah, for us to win, we got to control our tempo defensively and offensively, and protect the basketball and keep sharing the basketball.
This is a question for any or all of the players. What was it that clicked? You guys came out hot. UCF got on a run, and then they kind of closed in on the lead, and then you guys kind of clicked again and pulled away. What was that kind of made that separation flow?
I'll say we just started getting stops when they tried to get on the run, and we executed off of it.
I think she wanted all 3 of you guys, right?
I mean, like piggybacking off what Draco said, what Dre said, Coach kind of just kept us poised and letting us know like that this is a game of runs, this is March. Teams are going to give it all, and we just got to buckle down and stay locked in on the game plan and follow through.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of it just goes to our defense. I feel like we're kind of known for our defense, and coach likes to say our defense travels. So that's something like we kind of just lock in on every single game and really just follow the game plan that he gives us.
We'll go to the front right.
Coach, I think after the second SMU loss, you said you want to see these guys again. You got your wish. I guess how important, how big is this game going to be for you all?
Well, when the ratings finished on who played who, we knew we were going to have to see them again if we were going to win our first round match, and then we knew we'd face those guys because we finished second and third. So they've done a fantastic job of how they play. I have a lot of respect for them. They play great basketball, man. They spread you out and they go. So for me as a coach and as a competitor, you look forward to games that are going to be competitive, and they bring every ounce of thinking, playing out of you, the best out of you, if you're going to try to beat them. So I enjoy those games.
DeAndre, I'm curious, piggybacking off of that, what is it about SMU that you think gave you guys trouble in those two games this year?
It's what Coach just said. They spread you. They play smart. They find the mismatches, and they just know how to play good basketball.
What does it mean, Lester? What does it mean to you guys to get a chance? This is the only team that's beaten you guys in 50 days, I think. What does it mean to you to get a chance to avenge those losses?
I mean, we're really just focusing on going 1-0 in our next game.
Right behind you.
I forget which player has played or not played against SMU this year.
DeAndre didn't play in the first game, but these guys have played in both.
Okay, so I guess Jalen, are you? What did you learn from those two losses? I mean, like, you know, you learn from losses. So what did you learn in those two losses?
Honestly, just what type of team they are. Like Coach said, I mean, they're a very good basketball club. We just got to come out and handle business, honestly. I know it's going to be a competitive game. Like you said, they beat us 2 times already. So, I mean, we just got to lock in. I learned that they're just a great team, and we got to stay focused.
Let's start going back to that second East Carolina game at home. You say you've been working on your confidence, staying confident, and you've just been on this tear, career high. I guess mentally, how good of a space do you feel like you're in right now?
I feel like I'm in a great space, and with this being crunch time in the season, I feel like the only thing I'm focused on right now is just winning the game, and whether if it's my night or not, that's what I feel like is our biggest weapon on this team. It could be anybody's night coming out, and tonight was my night. And like I said earlier, my teammates just found me, and it's just great to be a part of something like that when everybody could just get going and everybody just feels good.
Hey, JD, I think in the first half, DeAndre made a play and you and the rest of the team just met them at half court. You almost got to take it, but the whole team came out. Describe the chemistry and what that meant, just seeing your other player do well. You almost beat him out the half court. How did chemistry develop over the last 3 months?
It's developed a lot, honestly. Early on, having a lot of injuries, wasn't able to really develop on-court chemistry with a lot of the guys. So coming back these last couple months and having the whole team back and being able to really build some bonds with the guys on the court really helped us as a team, helped us become closer on and off the court. And that's kind of why you see those type of things. We're just happy to get the win and happy to keep moving on.
For Penny, last year you went on your postseason run and you didn't have Alo and you didn't have Jalen Duren. Obviously, you went on a pretty good run anyway. What did those two bring to the team that you didn't have in the postseason last year?
Toughness. They bring toughness. They bring willingness to do whatever it takes for us to win. You know, they don't really care about scoring. They just want to win the game. They're both ultimate winners. You know, Alo has won his entire career. Jalen has won his entire career. So they bring that winning atmosphere. They bring the toughness, and whatever it takes to win, that's what they bring.
Penny, you went with the Memphis State jerseys. Is this a postseason thing? It worked in the postseason last year. Got to go with it.
I kind of like the Memphis State jerseys. I'm kind of biased, you know. I mean, it's nothing against the University of Memphis, obviously, but I like the Memphis State. I like the Memphis State look of the jerseys.
All right, we're going to go to our guest on the Zoom. We're going to go first to Dan.
Penny, just what you can say about, you know, this conference in and of itself, just the talent level of it. And if you're surprised that it doesn't get the respect that it deserves nationally, and that there is this question of the bubble when it comes to the American.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, because I was talking this morning about how they disrespect our conference. They're picking 7 and 8 teams from conferences that have lost 7 to 8 games in a row. They're respecting that conference that much. They really don't give us the respect that we deserve. We have some really good teams and really good talent in this conference, and I just don't know why they're not looking at what we have. It's really, I'm watching all the games around the country and all of these different conference tournaments, and I'm like, man, our teams in this conference could play well in those conference tournaments as well. So it's really baffling what's really going on with that. I don't know whose idea it was or whose decision it is that the AAC is not good, but they're wrong.
And then just to look at the fact of you not only winning at Memphis, but winning in a place that's so near and dear to your heart, just what it is to have that, Memphis Tiger on your chest, your whole life growing up, to be connected to it and to be connected to it right now as the head coach and to get to see these young men do what they're doing.
Yeah, this is the dream come true for me. It's full circle. And from when I played, I went to the NCAA tournament and made it to the Elite Eight. Never thought I would be the head coach right now, but being in this position and having our guys kind of be in the same position that I was in, and I can be there to lead them and try to get them to a higher level, man, it feels great. Being at home, being at my alma mater, having this jersey on myself and then watching them go out there and play. I talk to Coach Finch all the time, man, through prayer, and I know he's smiling down on us right now.
We'll go next to Kyle Nash.
This first one's for Coach Penny. Coach, first of all, you mentioned congratulations on the win. You mentioned coming out to a hot start, and then UCF brought it within 2 at one point. Was there anything you said to the guys, or any sort of a moment that you had with them in a timeout, or anything like that helped kind of make them realize, hey, you need to put the foot down?
I just told them this is March Madness. If you've been watching games around the country, I think more teams, more so than ever, from December till now or November till now, have won games being down 18, 17, 18 points in their conference tournaments. So I just said it's March Madness. That's what comes along with March Madness. And just, we got to get some stops. We got to get to the foul line, try to get into the penalty and stop this run. But all teams are going to make runs on this during this month. That's why it's March Madness.
One last question, Kyle.
For Lester, really quick, as the guard on the panel, I have to ask this. You mentioned you had the hot hand, and when they came down on Jalen, you were there to launch it in there. As the guard on the panel, Lester, I want you to rate Jalen's alley-oop to DeAndre.
I mean, that was a 20 out of 10. I feel like that was kind of I really feel like that was really our player of the year, really. You really don't see that too often when you have a 5-man who could just catch a loose ball like that, falling really off balance and just throw it up at the rim and really just make a play out of nothing for real. And that was just really an amazing play by him.
I thought it was a shot. No, I'm joking.
All right, good one in, guys. Thank you.
That's it.
Sorry.
So it was a shot.
He got down.
All right, we have UCF coach Johnny Dawkins and junior Dre Fuller Jr. We will have coach give his opening statement, and then we will go into our crowd for questions. For those with questions on our Zoom, I already see a couple hands up, but if you have a hand up, we will call on you individually. Coach, if you want to start us off.
Well, it was always difficult. This was our last game. I think we played a team that's playing their best basketball right now in Memphis. I was very impressed with the way they played on both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively. You really felt their presence out there. I thought our team did some really good things to come back and give us a chance, in the second half. And we made a good run, and give them credit. They turned around and made another run themselves. And like I said, I thought both teams played their hearts out, which is what you want to see in this type of environment. And I couldn't be more proud of our guys in their effort.
Hey, Coach, Memphis got off to a really, really hard start. What do you say to your team to make sure that they will stay calm and stay in the game? And when you also cut it down to 2 points, what do you tell your guys to try to get over the hump?
Well, when we were down, I just wanted to make sure our guys knew it was a lot of basketball still to be played. It was early in the first half. We know we're capable of coming back. We've come back in a number of games before, so our guys have been in that position. When we cut it to 2, told our guys to just understand it's a different ball game, stay composed. We're no longer playing catch up. And so at that point, let's just, playing possession by possession and continue to lock in doing the things we did defensively and turn that into offense.
We saw this resiliency yesterday as you guys battled with the hard-fought battle, 2-point victory over USF. What was the message to this team down as much as 21 to come back and nail it in, get down as 2? What was the message to your team going into that final stretch there?
Well, same thing I was telling to the gentleman right there was that, what we wanted to do was we knew it was a lot of game to be played and we wanted to continue just to keep chipping away at the lead. And our guys did a good job of that. We wanted to continue to kind of play our game, which is a 94-foot game, pressuring the basketball, trying to get up and down in transition. We were able to do some of that. And we cut the lead to 2. We told our guys, we're back in the ball game. Let's just, keep our composure. Let's make sure that we understand that, now it's more possession by possession. We're not playing catch up anymore. Let's come down and execute and make sure we continue to play defense that allowed us to get back in the ball game.
All right, we got questions from Zoom. We'll start with Trace.
Coach, your team took it to the wire on Thursday night and you battled back in this one, but was your bench just too short? Did you get tired there towards the end there in the second half?
I'm not an excuse guy. I thought we had enough. Our guys have big hearts. They love to compete. We would like to have had more of our players, available. Absolutely. Unfortunately, that's just not the way it is in our sport. But our guys gave us everything they had, and I'm just really proud of them. It was a 2-point ball game, with probably 16 or so minutes to go in the second half, playing against a team that's as hot as probably any team, not just in our conference, but in the country, as far as I'm concerned, from what I've seen. And I thought our guys gave a great effort.
At 18-12, do you think your team has done enough, has enough of a resume to earn a postseason berth in some tournament?
Well, I'm always hopeful. We'll see. I think if you look at our resume, you look at our preseason schedule and the teams that we played, you look at our conference record, 500, in conference, in a very good conference. We'll see. I mean, that's up to other people to make that decision. But if we could keep playing, I would love to. I'm sure our guys would like to keep competing as well.
Dre, for you, what was it like to go against Memphis's press defense tonight?
The same as usual. We played them 3 times. So we just got to keep our composure against their press and just don't rush. Don't rush and try to get the ball in our hands and quickly because they have athletic guys. So we just got to keep our composure and just stay sane.
And then that same question to you at 18-12, do you think this team has done enough in its resume to get a postseason bid somewhere?
Some would say no, but I say yes.
Thank you.
All right, question in the room.
Hey, Coach, what was the message to Darius Perry, who finished with 23 points, 7 assists? What were you saying to younger guard leading your team through that comeback?
Well, with Darius, I was really proud. He did a great job of leading. Darius Perry, that is. I thought he really stepped up as well as a senior and led by example. With Darius Johnson, I think he's a talented young freshman. He has a lot of room to grow, like any freshman. He has things he has to continue to work on and learn. And I was just talking to him throughout the game, making sure he stayed composed, stayed within our system, things that we were trying to do offensively and defensively. We wanted to make sure he stayed locked into that. Like any freshman, he's going to, make some mistakes, but I never have to question where his heart is, and I never have to question his work ethic. I know he's going to bring those every time he steps foot on the floor.
All right, we'll go back to the Zoom with Kyle Nash.
Hey, Coach, you were talking about Darius Perry and his heart. While it may not have been in a win, this is the kind of game that we've seen from Darius Perry playing at UCF. Do you think this is for him kind of despite it being a good loss, you think this was kind of a good send-off performance for him?
Well, no, absolutely. I thought he, played some of his best basketball, in this tournament, yesterday and today. And that's what you want to see. And so I was really proud of him for that. He stepped up, he led in that regard. And definitely that's what you want to see. And I just thanked him. I thanked all our seniors for what they've done for us in our program. They've been terrific stewards as far as, on and off the court, how they've led in the classroom, as well as what they've done in practice and in the games. So I just wanted to thank them, thank them all for what they've done at the end of the game.
One more question, Kyle.
No, that's good for me. Thank you.
All right, next we'll go over to Jason to wrap it up on our Zoom side.
Johnny, assuming this is the last game for you guys, if that happens or not, who knows? But if it is the last game for this program, what comes next for this team moving forward into the offseason?
But we have to, really be focused in the offseason. We have to continue to get better. We have a number of seniors that will be departing. And so, of course, we're bringing in some younger players, and we'll be looking to bring in some more experienced players to kind of balance our team out. But the main thing is all about getting better. We have to use the lessons that we've learned from this season and in this tournament. We have to grow from it. And the players that are returning, that were in that locker room, I think they understand that.
Thank you.
Another question, Jason?
No, thank you. I'm good. Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, guys, take care. Yeah, we want to get in, we want to play. We like it.